Mariah. Nigga, why you tripping? Get your Mariah. Sure look good in the moonlight.
Hey y'all, so once again, here we go with another random video. I was in the hospital. I got put in the hospital on the 20, I believe yesterday morning. Wait, hold on. I had to go to the hospital by the ambulance like 5 a.m. in the morning because I was having a crisis, sickle cell crisis, which was getting worse due to the weather. And on top of that, I was having severe chest pain. And so I just wanted to share this video real quick because as y'all can see, my phone is on 14%. So I'm going to try to just say what I got to say and be done. If you are new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you've been rocking with me, then I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so I just need to get this off my chest because I feel like it should never be a time when someone leaves the hospital just because they need to keep their peace. So my doctor, who admitted me, he was amazing. He was a great doctor. It's the simple fact that the nurse was withholding my medicine, or like I call for my, if y'all hear a train in the background, I apologize. But so like she was withholding my medicine, or basically like the IV pain medicine would be due, and I called for it like at 7 a.m. It was due at 7:30. So I started calling for it at 7:20, right? Or whatever. I believe she intentionally withheld my medicine until 9:30 when the pain pill, the oxycodone, was due. And then she said to me, in order for you to get it, you gotta say that you are refusing the oxycodone. And it was nothing like that I was refusing the oxycodone, because when I'm in the hospital, the thing that I do, I don't sit there and just rely on the IV medicine. Like, the IV medicine works quick. It's effective, don't get me wrong, because it's a reason that we have to get it. And it does help with the crises. But my thing is with the oxycodone, which is the pain pill, which I also take at home. It's like, even though people sit there and they're like, it takes forever to kick in, it actually doesn't, because the version of the oxycodone 15s that I'm on is actually immediate release. And so it actually does begin to work within 20 to, 20, 30 minutes to an hour, what have you. It does work. It's a lot of people with sickle cell who think, oh no, I don't want to take the pill, it's going to take too long to kick in. But I think about it this way. If I take the pill, it's going to somewhat last longer in my system than the IV medication is. You get what I'm saying? Because like they'll give you the Dilaudid, and it's like, yeah, it has that kick to it. And then like between 5 to 15 minutes later, you're right back in pain. You know what I'm saying? And that's scheduled every 4 hours. So if it starts to wear off between 5-15 minutes, what have you, you're basically sitting there in pain. So if I have a pill available, what usually happens is they'll give me the IV medicine, and then I'll wait a good 2 hours or whatever after I've taken that, and then I'll take the pain pill, and then I'll keep alternating from there. So yesterday, I just tried to chalk it up as, okay, it's the first day. Usually it takes about the second day for them to get the medication and everything right. So I'm just sitting there because usually I'm the type of person who, as soon as I see something happening, I go and I'll call the patient advocate. You know what I'm saying? I'll do all of that. And it's like, just for some reason, I could not allow myself mentally to go there. It's like I didn't want to, because my chest is hurting, legs are hurting, arms are hurting. You know what I'm saying? The last thing that I want to deal with is some drama. I'm in the hospital, I'm in pain. Why do I have to sit here and call a patient advocate for you to do your job? Didn't you go to school for this? Isn't this what you went and, you took your time out to do? I'm currently studying medical billing and coding, and I could never absolutely never take my job, my career for granted and mistreat somebody. I would never, because I know how it feels. So I tried to chalk it up as that, like, okay, maybe it's just, the doctor didn't get the medicines together or whatever. So this nurse, when I first got admitted, like, when you're in the ER, they give you the IV medicine, or whatever. And they give me, like, the IV medicine and the pain pill at the same time in the ER. So that, when the IV starts to wear off, the pain pill is starting to kick in. So that's what they did in the ER. And, usually, like I said, when I go upstairs, I still have the option of having IV and a pill. And I just alternate. So basically, I noticed yesterday that she didn't even tell me I had IV medicine. And she literally sat there and watched me suffer and kept just bringing a pain pill every 6 hours. Like, she was not giving me the IV medicine at all. I didn't even know that I had IV Dilaudid and IV Benadryl ordered until practically night shift. Because she sat there and she didn't even tell me. And she kept just sitting there. When I would call for pain medicine, she would just keep bringing a pill. And of course, if I'm first getting there, of course, a 15 milligram pill every 6 hours is not going to help my sickle cell crisis. If I was taking it at home and it was not helping, what difference would it make by itself for me to come to the hospital and do the same thing and it's not working? Like, I haven't been asleep in 48 hours straight, because like I said, I got put in there on the 28th, 5 o'clock in the morning, called the ambulance, got to the hospital, and I had been there ever since. The ER doctor, at first, she came off kind of, looking at me like, you don't look like you're in pain. You don't look like anything's wrong with you. And then like an hour later, she came back, and the look on her face, I could just tell my blood, something was off. Because you could just tell with how they look. You know what I mean? I pay attention to a lot. And so she tells me my hemoglobin was a 6.1 and that I needed to be transfused. So that was pretty much, I feel, mainly why I was admitted, was to be able to get the blood. Usually my hemoglobin is an 8. I'm usually pretty up there. So anything below a 7.5 for me is not good. It's not. Like, I was found unresponsive before due to all of that. And I spent 5 days in a coma in 2017, March of 2017, to be specific. But back to this particular admission, it was just nonsense for no reason. And it's like, usually I expect the doctors that admit me to be kind of iffy and sideways, because there seems to just be a stigma about sickle cell with calling us drug seekers and drug addicts, and we are not that. Show me where anyone with sickle cell is actually addicted to the medication they take. That is very rare to happen. It's very rare. Mainly because we only take it when we actually need to take it. I don't really know any of my friends or myself to just take their medicine when they don't need it. So that's very rare. But we have this stigma with sickle cell that has gotten to the point where people don't realize with sickle cell, things can turn fatal quick. Like, we can look fine, and in the next minute, boom, we're out of here. We're dead. And I'm saying this because of my experience of being in a coma, and because of my experience of losing several of my childhood friends because they went to the hospital and found out they were flagged. And, the doctors weren't taking them serious. And so it led to their demise, unfortunately. And it shouldn't be this way. You shouldn't have to deal with something this painful, something this drastic and serious of a disease, and have to fight a stigma that we did not start about ourselves. It's sad that this narcotic epidemic, whatever they want to call it, opioid epidemic has literally caused those who are good to have to suffer with the bad, because they immediately want to judge everyone as a drug addict. I have never gotten medicine prescription wise from anyone other than my physician, and I have been with the same physician since 2018. So that in itself can tell you I'm a very straightforward person and that I don't believe in doing the hospital hopping. And another thing, if those with sickle cell do go to different hospitals, it's because the previous one started to flag them or started to mistreat them. That is usually when it gets to the point of us having to go to another hospital. But see, me, I'm different. I'm very much different. I fight. I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior. And I know how to use Facebook and all these things to reach the patient advocate groups and or to reach the administration at the hospital while I'm there. I don't sit there and let anyone get away with it. Like, I know how to use things to my advantage and to say something when I need to say it. And so with this particular admission, I was trying to go about things different. So I was just chalking it up to the fact that maybe the doctor didn't have any IV medicine in for me at the time. And that's why she kept bringing me the pill. And it's like I would keep telling her, like, can you please call my doctor? This pill is not helping. I am in a lot of pain. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she brings the IV Dilaudid. And I'm asking about the IV Benadryl because I get the IV Benadryl with the Dilaudid because I itch. Even when I take my pain pills, I take Benadryl capsules with it. So that's just something that is a norm for me. And she didn't even tell me I had Benadryl. I didn't even find that out that I had that available until it was time for me to get my blood transfusion. So I'm basically saying with this admission, I left because I had to protect my peace. I'm starting to grow up. I'm very much a hothead. I'm very much the type of person where you try me, you disrespect me, and it's a wrap. I'm going to annihilate you. That's me all the way. I'm 4'11" until you piss me off, and then you got to sit here and deal with a 7-foot person. Like, that's how my personality will come off when you piss me off. I'm no longer 4'11". You get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to go about things differently because, like I said, I have been reading The Secret. I have been doing different things. Like, I'm trying to think and move differently, not only just for my sanity, but for my health, because stress is not good for me at all. It's a trigger. Just like the weather changing is a trigger. It was raining so hard yesterday, and I was in so much pain. And do y'all know what one of the nurses came in there and told me? She's like, oh, you're going to have a pretty crappy day with pain because we have a tornado warning until 5 o'clock. What kind of mess is that to say? Why not go reach out to my doctor and say, hey, patient in room 17 is having more pain. Can you go ahead and get something for her that I can give to her now? Why not do that? What is hard about that? I don't understand. Like, this particular nurse was making things difficult for me all in all for no reason. And I told my mom, like, I have to leave because it's not worth it. I'd rather come home and just take my medicine than sit here and deal with all this frustration. And this lady is sitting here playing with my medicine. My mom was there to witness that I started calling for my medicine, the IV stuff, at 7:30 because that was when the night shift nurse, she gave me a pain pill at 5:30 and she said, okay, at 7:30, she's like, I'm not going to be here, but that's the next time you could get your Dilaudid. And I said, okay. And another thing that happened, and I got proof of this because, like I said, I don't play. And I know that my purpose is very much here for sickle cell. And I know that whenever I get to the point of completing that I'm going to have to leave this realm. I know that. And I'm okay with that. Because if somebody don't stand up, these children and these generations coming after us with sickle cell are not going to make it if somebody doesn't stand up right now. So I'll be that. I'll be that all day. Okay, so the thing that I'm about to show you is my port which is what I use when I go in the hospital to access my port because I don't have any veins at all. My port started leaking blood. I have my shirt that has blood all over it, y'all. Blood everywhere. I don't want to put the picture of the shirt up, but I do have pictures of the blood coming out of my port, like literally leaking through the tegaderm. So that's what I'm going to show you now. And they refuse to re-access my port. Like, they refused. And it's been sitting here leaking since yesterday. It's been leaking blood. It's been leaking fluids. Because it wasn't accessed correctly. Right here is what I'm trying to show y'all. If y'all saw the picture of my teeth, like, if y'all see, I don't really even mind if you see it, because it is what it is. I want to eventually show y'all what happened to me with that. Like, I was basically freaking mutilated by a dentist. But, see here, look at this, y'all. This is blood. This is blood. And they did not offer to change my leads. They did not offer to change. I have another picture, and it's on Facebook. I have another picture that I took of it when it had a ton of blood coming out. Like, I was taking pictures of the port. And what made it so bad, y'all, the freaking thing didn't even have, like, the tegaderm wasn't big enough. All they had to do literally was re-access my port. I gotta go within my messages because I'm using a screen recorder. So a lot of this stuff, if you see it, I can't, clip it out because I'm using a screen recorder. But yeah, if y'all saw the picture of my teeth, then, it is what it is. I'm kind of tired of hiding that anyways. Like, let me try to show y'all, because I was showing my homegirl this morning what happened, because I was talking to her. She had sickle cell as well. And so I want to just hurry up and try to click to the picture, because this is our personal, like, conversation. But it's like I don't have no other way to show it to y'all but to do this. You see that blood? You see that blood? Everywhere. So this is blood. You can even see the blood through my black shirt. This was the second shirt that I changed into, because my first shirt, which was a blue tank top, has blood all over it. And they refused to re-access my port, saying that it was fine as long as it's not drenching. Like, long as it's not dripping blood. And to me, I have never had my port leak blood ever. And I get transfusions a lot with this port. And I've had this port since 2016. So, and I've never had this issue with it. And they wouldn't even simply just re-access my port. Like, that's not even hard. Clean it up. Get a new needle and a new tegaderm. No, this is what I had to deal with, y'all. And it was very much hurting. Even when they was letting the IV fluids and the medicine and all of that go in there, it was hurting. And so a lot of that had to do with why I left the hospital, because it was, like I said, it was hurting. Like, that's a 23-inch needle that's in my chest. And as you can see, it's poking out, and it's not supposed to do that at all. It's not supposed to look like that at all. And so this is what I had to go through. And then today, like, when my medicine was due, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, when the IV medicine was due, she would sit here and wait until the pain pill was due. And then she would tell me, oh, you gotta say that I gotta type in here that you refuse the oxycodone. And it wasn't the fact that I was refusing anything. I never refused it. She was literally sitting there waiting until the pill was due to bring my medicine. If my dilaudid was due at 7:30 a.m., why did you not bring it until 9:30 a.m. when you knew the pain pill was due? See, to me, that's childish and ridiculous, because that didn't even have to clash at all. If my dilaudid was due at 7:30, I could have very much taken that at 7:30, and then when 9:30 came, I would have been able to take my oxycodone. I only got 2 doses of Dilaudid today and no pain pills. For day shift, I had no pain pills because she kept sitting there putting in that I was refusing it and rejecting it. And I even, when the doctor came to talk to me, I let him know. I said, sir, I don't want you to sit here thinking I'm relying on the IV and I'm rejecting the pill, because I'm not. I said, I've been calling for my pain pill since 7:20 a.m. and she didn't bring it until 9:30 when the pill was due, because the pill is scheduled. So it was not ever supposed to affect the IV medicine, which is why he's, scheduled it so that wouldn't be happening. But she was doing these things on purpose. So when I talked to him and I told him all of that, his eyes spoke for him. He's like, really? Like, why is she doing that? And I said, I don't know, but I don't want you, judging me thinking, oh, she just wants IV medicine. I didn't want him sitting there believing that, because that's something that they will believe fairly quickly, because she's sitting here putting in the computer that I'm refusing and rejecting something that I'm really not refusing or rejecting. It's like, of course they would believe her over me. So when I had the chance to talk to him and let him know what was going on, I did so. And I said, well, I got the blood, because that was my main thing. I knew I needed the blood. That was why I didn't sit there and walk out yesterday. It's because I knew I needed that blood. My hemoglobin being a 6.1 that's dangerous for me. I believe that's dangerous for a lot of us with sickle cell, because that basically means I don't even have any normal blood in my body. And how can your body function without blood? Like, you need blood, right? Right. And if all I have is sickle cell, sickle cells, that would be why I'm in so much pain and I'm in such a crisis. So doing and giving the blood transfusion is to try to filter that blood out and put some normal blood in my body so that the pain can ease up. Anyways, he put in for me to get, I asked him, I said, can we do a one-time dose of 2 milligrams of Dilaudid? Because that's the dose that I usually get. But I didn't want to say that to him yesterday, because I didn't want him thinking, oh, here she is requesting drugs. Like, I've been through a lot, y'all. So I move the way I move now for a reason. Like, I really do. I move this way for a reason, because I done been through so much stuff and I don't want to go through it again. I've been through getting flagged, and when I did get flagged, it was genuinely because I had no knowledge of those type of things. But now that I do have that knowledge, I don't want to go putting myself back into that situation. And the way that she was making things look, I didn't like that, because that was doing nothing but trying to push that stigma of sickle cell. Oh, all we want is Dilaudid. No, sweetie. No. I could sit there and just take 2 of my 15s and lay down. And you know what I'm saying? It's not that deep for me. Like, I learned that a long time ago. It's not that deep. And I'm working on myself. So my phone is now on 12%. So I'm just trying to say this and get this done, because this was just so random, y'all. Anyway, so he had put the 2 milligrams in. That was at 9 something this morning. She was supposed to give me that like 30 minutes later, after 9:30, after I had gotten the Benadryl and the Dilaudid. She was supposed to bring that back in there so that he could see if it helped enough for me to be able to go home, because I didn't want to stay there. She's frustrating me. I'm not being able to sleep, and my peace is being interrupted. And then my pain was getting worse. So why would I want to stay there in the first place? And what do you expect my pain to do when you're sitting there purposely aggravating me? Like, be for real. And that's just so childish and so petty. Like, what is your problem? A lot of times it's just jealousy. I will be forthcoming with that information that a lot of females, nurses, will sit there and, it's going off looks. But, sweetie, my hair is not done. I got on sweatpants and a shirt. I'm in pain. So if that me looking that way, I can't help. I got a nice little body and a cute little face on me and a little booty. I can't help that. But if you seeing me at my worst and you jealous, baby, you don't want to see me at my best, okay? So anyway, y'all, the 2 milligrams, I didn't receive that until 2:30 p.m. And she was supposed to bring that way earlier that morning. So I sat from literally 9:30 until 2:30 with no type of pain medicine, no pill and no IV medicine. Because every time I was asking for medicine, she kept talking about the doctor didn't have anything in for me. And then at 2:30, she comes in there because I'm asking for my medicine. And she's like, oh, you're not aware the doctor discharged you? And I'm like, he didn't discharge me. I said he put in 2 milligrams for me to get. And he put discharge orders there in case I wanted to be able to go home. I was like, but he wanted, if my pain was still not controlled, he was okay with me staying another day. So basically, once I sit here and say that to her, she's trying to act like her giving me the 2 milligrams of Dilaudid is doing me a favor. And then she's like, yeah, so if I give you this, you got somebody to come pick you up. And my mom works at the airport, and it just so happens that that hospital is right down the street from the airport. So, it was convenient for my mom to be able to come and see me and pick me up and all of that. So she gave me the 2 milligrams at 2:30, and then at 3, she made me sit there and wait till 3:30 to get the IV Benadryl, which I don't understand because both of them were technically due. It was a one-time dose. So if it's a one-time dose, it means that I could go ahead and get it. The pharmacy had already approved it, and she basically sat there and withheld my medicine that whole freaking time, this whole day today. Like my chest, they still never even got to the bottom of why I'm having chest pain. And I'm still sitting here having chest pain. Like I'm still very much, my pain is at a 9 right now. And I just had to do this video because I'm like, I need to talk about this. I need to show this. Because if I don't, you know what I'm saying? I always think of I'm in pain and whatever. And so I don't want to do an upload. And maybe I need to just start being spontaneous with it because I feel like that's when I do my best content, when it's random. And so I just wanted to share what happened today with y'all. And so I told my mom, she was like, well, Kiara, are you still in pain? Are you going to stay? I said, absolutely not, because she's been sitting here withholding my medicine all day. I only got 2 doses of my Dilaudid, and I got none of my pain pills because she kept sitting there, as I said, saying I rejected it. So I was not going to stay. And on top of that, my port was hurting because, as y'all can see in the picture, it's leaking blood. And they're sitting there saying that that's normal. And I'm like, no, that's not normal. Even when they were pushing the medicine in, it was like leaking. And they refused to re-access my port. And that junk is uncomfortable. And so that played another part in me leaving because look at it. It's bleeding everywhere, and they did not want to do anything about it. So why would I want to stay there? You know what I'm saying? My chest is like really, really hurting right now, and I'm not usually the one to have chest pain because I do know with sickle cell we can have acute chest syndrome, and I've had that in 2012, and I don't want to go through that again. But they never even got to the bottom of why my chest hurts. I still don't know because this nurse doing what she did yesterday and especially today played a huge part in me leaving. The discharge orders were already there, so it's not like I was leaving against medical advisement, but I just did not want to deal with it anymore. Because as soon as I would have called the patient advocate and did all of that, that's more stress for me. I don't feel like doing all of that and battling with people when I'm already in the hospital in severe pain. Why do I have to sit here and battle with you when all you had to do was just do your job? It was your job to make sure that you took care of me, and you did not do that. You neglected me, and these photos show that. And then the fact that she wanted to talk about my teeth, like, okay, my teeth are broken, so what? You know what I'm saying? I'm currently working with someone to do a mold and to get like a grill to cover it so that I can go back to doing videos on camera, and just so that I can get back feeling a little bit more self-confident. But my teeth situation really started in 2012 because I have avascular necrosis. I had 2 hip replacements because avascular necrosis is when the blood, by me having sickle cell crises so often, the blood got blocked off, like the blood flow was blocked, and so it led to my femur bones, or like my hip, my femur collapsing. So my first hip replacement was in 2014, which was for the left hip, and the right hip was in 2019, August 2019, and the left hip was June 2014. And so in 2012 is when it really started affecting my teeth, but it was in the back. So I didn't really, think nothing of it because it's in the back. Nobody could see it. Now it's to the point where it's collapsing in the front, and it's completely embarrassing and humiliating because I've always had beautiful teeth. So to sit here and have to look like this is very depressing. I'm not going to lie. I've been to over 30 dentists and 3 oral surgeons, and still no answers and no closer to getting my teeth fixed. So my friend gave me a phone number to somebody who does grills, and she can make a grill for me to, just be able to cover it when I'm out and about, when I'm at school, or whatever, like just when I'm around people. I don't care about it showing when I'm home because I'm around my family. Like, they already know the situation. So when I went to the dentist January 11th in 2019, basically my teeth were already super weak. And so the dentist, he was supposed to just do a consultation, and then he goes trying to do a deep cleaning on my teeth. Basically, when he had the drill, that is how all of that right there ended up coming off. He legit drilled it off. Never offered to fix it, never offered to send me somewhere for it to be fixed, none of that. Anytime I go to that man's office, he locked the door and he cut the lights off. And this has been since 2019, y'all. So if y'all wonder why I don't do videos on camera as much anymore, that's why. Because it started to affect the front. And to me, it's humiliating, it's embarrassing, and it makes me feel unattractive. I'm not about to lie. It looks unattractive. Do y'all not see that? Like how he cut me all up. That's the blood and everything from me being cut. And so that's the whole situation. So I just want you guys to know what happened. I wanted to speak out about that. I might contact the patient advocacy, or like the administration, whatever you want to call it, at the hospital. I might contact them tomorrow and let them know everything that happened and send them the pictures and stuff, because I shouldn't have had to go through that. I shouldn't have had to feel like I had to come home because she was sitting there doing what she was doing. And my mom feels like she pocketed those pills because I don't recall her. Y'all, I'm telling y'all today, she had them pills in her pocket. And y'all know how they had the scrubs on. You could see the pills in her pocket. And I'm not the only patient she was doing that to, because the patient next door from me also said that she had been doing that with her pain pills. And when I saw her pull the stuff out her pocket, she had the pain pills still in the little package in her pocket. And so I am going to try and talk to the patient advocates or whatever about this tomorrow and let them know what happened. But I just had to get out of there, y'all, because it wasn't benefiting me. It was making my pain worse, and it was aggravating me, and I couldn't get any type of sleep either. And with sickle cell, that's very important to rest, especially when you're in a crisis. So let me know what y'all think about the video. If anyone wants to support me getting my teeth fixed, whatever, my Cash App is Gorgeouslyreal. I do have I have a PayPal and all that, but I mainly just used my Cash App. So I had someone ask me what my Cash App was, and it is Gorgeouslyreal. And I'll put that in the description as well. And I'll probably pin it in the comment section. So, I mean, if you want to help, then, cool. Just make sure if you do Cash App me that you put what it's for, so that I can make sure that y'all know it's going toward my teeth and nothing else. I was thinking about making a GoFundMe, but my mom kept saying no, simply because she's like, don't put the pictures of it on the internet. But why not? If I need to get it fixed and I need support, I think I should, show everybody what it looks like. I mean, it is what it is, So I'm going to end this video because, like I said, my battery low is all outdoors because I'm just now getting home. And I just wanted to share this video with y'all and share what just happened today and yesterday. I wanted to share that with y'all. I'm going to try to get better about my content, I promise. But thank y'all for bearing with me and everything. Like, if y'all want to hit me up on social media, my Facebook is Kiara Shanice Owens, and that's Kiara. My Instagram is Gorgeouslyreal _soul_wavy_. I don't have a Twitter. I don't have a Snapchat. My TikTok is Gorgeouslyreal333, but I don't really be posting like that. I'm going to try to get better. But y'all, I just been trying to focus on my health and graduating because I got to get these classes done by February 11th. So I'm going to end the video here. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all, just pray for me, and hopefully things will work out. But I just couldn't sit there and stay at that hospital another minute and deal with that. I just could not do it. And I'm still in a lot of pain. So that can tell you that she was aggravating me pretty bad for me to sit there and still, just go home knowing that I'm still in a lot of pain. So I love you guys. Thank y'all for the support. Stay safe. Keep your hands washed. And just protect your peace, because you can't put a price on peace. And I will see you guys in the next video. And I'm out.